big part of that is because we aren't not around food, we are around food, and now under those conditions, we are less able to inhibit ourselves, and sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it and just start, doing this mindless munching.
Hi, welcome to the Judy Terrell Show, where I explore topics intended to optimize every body 50, 60, 70, and above.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. You are joining me in this video on my episode number 4 in my 6-part series on the top 6 self-talk conversations that I hear from my clients that I'm working with when they are frustrated, hit a plateau, or when they first come to see me and they're telling me about what has been the barriers to them actually successfully losing weight. And because of my master's degree in psychology, I'm not only looking at lifestyle habits with food and exercise and sleep, but I'm also looking at what are the things that they're saying in their minds that might be a very significant contributor as much as the food they're eating or the exercise that they're either doing or not doing. And so this series is addressing these top 6 that I hear as trends over and over again, not just from one person, but from a larger number of people. And so I'm thinking that you might be using them yourself, and that I can help you to identify it and then give you a counter thought to help you to get out of your own way and have better success at your weight loss efforts. All right, so this is episode number 4, and the self-talk thoughts that I'm addressing in this video is. This is what I hear from a client. I can't lose weight because I'm under so much stress, and stress is blocking my weight loss. I'm like, okay, that is definitely what they're saying themselves on a day-to-day basis as they're going through this particular stressful time. And my position is that by saying that to yourself, it is actually a contributor to you not following your plan and or not seeing your weight loss, okay? So that's number 1. Now, what do we do about that? If you are identifying that that is a thought that you're having in your own head, and you can see where that might be a blocker, what do we need to do about it? So the first thing I'm going to say is, I like to bring to people's attention, people who were prisoners of war in camps where they were held prisoner, people who were in the Holocaust. I think if we had to rate their stress levels while they were in those situations, they would be off the board high, right? And yet, in those circumstances, those people did not gain weight, right? So I like to bring that to the clients who have this thought in their head that stress is blocking them from weight loss, because yes, stress might be contributing to not seeing the results, and it might be contributing to your ability to then follow, the program that you're trying to follow. And it might be doing some metabolic things in your body that are going to make it a little more challenging. But again, my examples would show that even under extreme stress and duress, if there isn't food, because that's the situation in those 2 examples I gave, you don't just spontaneously gain weight because you're stressed, because otherwise those people would have been gaining weight as opposed to losing weight. They were losing weight because they also didn't have access to food. All right. So I say this to kind of have you maybe take a step back from that thought, but I don't want you to think that stress isn't coming into the picture, because stress does change your hormonal balances with cortisol and adrenaline. And it changes your psychological ability to inhibit yourself from getting into foods that you would not normally eat if you weren't under the stress. All right, so it definitely contributes to the kind of holistic picture of what's going on when you're under stress versus when you're at a time of your life when it's less stress. But the thought that I can't lose weight because I'm stressed and the stress is blocking me from weight loss is the one I'm addressing in this video. And that thought is getting in the way of you actually having the results you're after, even under the stressful conditions. So,
Your Second 50.life is my virtual platform that is designed for both men and women over 50 and 60, 70, and 80. And it includes pre-recorded video information on exercise and how to do it, whether you're fit and in good health, or if you have bad knees, bad shoulders, a bad back, whatever. It includes information on how to eat for weight management and how to eat for health management. It includes information on the psychology of aging and what do we need to do in our heads, because let's face it, this aging thing is not for the faint of heart. So your Second 50 Life is a virtual platform of resources that you can access at your own leisure, but it also includes 2 times a month live video coaching with me so that you can bring your own individual questions and get individual coaching, as well as have access to all the information on the pre-recorded videos. So please check it out, because we're all in this together and we got this.
We have to have a counter thought to that. And the counter thought that I tell my clients, I'm going to tell you to use, is that even under stress, even though I'm under extreme stress right now, I still can lose weight. And just having that thought replace the one when you're realizing that you're thinking, I'm under stress, so there's no way that I can be losing weight now, because that is a barrier to you doing the behavioral things that might actually help you to, continue your weight loss journey even under stressful conditions. So just having the thought, you know what? Yes, I'm under extreme stress right now, but even though I'm under stress, it is still possible to lose weight. Many people lose weight under extreme stress. Right? So that's just number one, replacing that thought with a thought that's going to better support you to now kind of come up with some brainstorming and some ideas. Because the next thought that you want to have off the replacement thought is, but I do need to have, stress management tools in place here. So what are some things that I can do to myself to help to lower down the stress hormones like cortisol? And now your brain is going off on another corollary path that is going to be able to better support you on your weight loss, versus kind of keeping you stuck in, I'm stressed, so there's nothing I can do, right? I'm going to gain weight regardless. Replacing that with, I'm stressed and I can still lose weight. And now the thought is, so what are some things I can do to help to mitigate that stress, or help me to manage the stress so that I can down-regulate those stress hormones? And so some of the ideas that, come up when I'm doing this with clients one-on-one is an adult coloring book, having that next to your chair that you normally would get, a snack when you're watching the half an hour of TV that you're, numbing out on before you go to bed under very stressful conditions or time of life. So having that adult coloring book there and then picking that up and just like coloring in it, versus hand to mouth numbing, eating of what I call PC foods, like chips or popcorn or M&Ms or cookies or crackers, like where you kind of go mindless and you're just eating it as a stress management tool. Doing the adult coloring book is now going to take the place of the eating, and you can still be under stress, but now you're not consuming things that are now exacerbating the stress hormones and making it more difficult to, lose your weight. Another idea that comes up is, a lot of times people are coming from a hospital, maybe with a loved one. There is a stress situation, a health, crisis going on. Or you're coming from work and now you're coming into your home, and there's the next level of responsibilities with no break. You had to go right into like your second job, I call it, and there's no break, and that's contributing to the stress. That you just don't have enough self-time. So another behavior that can be built into your day is when you drive into your driveway, like stop, turn the car off, but before you walk into the house, put the seat back and just take 5, maybe 10 minutes to just close your eyes and just breathe and just give yourself 5 minutes to just relax, to kind of like process in your mind whatever was going on for the early part of the day. And then, have a couple minutes to just breathe and relax, and then get out of the car and walk into your house. Before you walk into you're doing that before, so that when you walk in your house, you don't walk right to the kitchen and again go into the cupboards and just start to do this hand to mouth kind of like self-numbing, self-medicating for the stress, because those things are they take your mind off the stressors, and by occupying your attention, the taste, the chewing, the eating, we can do non-eating things to help to bring that cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine, all the fight or flight chemicals that are revved up when we are under stress, and that do contribute to it being more difficult to lose weight. But a big part of that is because we aren't not around food, we are around food, and now under those conditions we are less able to inhibit ourselves, and sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it and just start doing this mindless munching. Okay, so episode number 4, the thought that needs to be replaced is, I'm under stress, so of course I'm going to gain, I can't lose weight. And I actually think I'm probably going to gain weight because my hormones are throwing me off and it's making it hard for me to lose weight. It's blocking fat loss. That's replaced with, even though I'm under stress, I can still lose weight. And then what can I do that is not consumption to help me to lower these stress hormones? All right, so those are the replacement thoughts. This is episode number 4. There's 2 more to come. If you haven't listened to the first 3, go back to those. If you're finding this beneficial, you definitely want to look into my platform, yoursecond50.life, where I've helped, hundreds of people, men and women both, to navigate the day-to-day in and out of life and still see, the results and achieve the goals that they're after. So check out my program, yoursecond50.life, and I'll see you on the next video. And if you'd like to have access to some of my additional resources, I can be found at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on my website, www.judyterrell.com.